Coach Said, we do this in English this time because it's easier for me with the subtitles. You're one of the leading coaches when it comes to kickboxing in the world. You were here at one championship. The Bulgarian pride, Bogdan just fought. Tell me, what are the emotions after such a knockout victory?
You know, because he was before in one championship, you know, and he did before he had very three fights, three good performances. He knocked out two times two boys in one championship, and two times they gave him the bonus. He did very well, you know, and then after. There was a time there was another lot of fights. This from that we was searching what we're gonna do, and then we went out. We did one fight out of one championship, but yeah, Bogdan yeah, lost one championship, and from that we went back to one championship. And today he showed himself why he belongs here to one championship.
But 5 years ago, when Bogdan came to SB Gym, when you looked at that boy, why did you believe that he would be such a great fighter?
He was very mentally, he was very strong, and also he always worked very hard. And I knew when he came, when came on training, he gave it all, you know. And he's not a cheater. In every training, he come and he give all he got. But from that time, I know this boy. You know, this is a very big example that you can have talent, but without hard work, talent doesn't mean nothing. And he showed today also that what you can do when you work hard.
Yeah, for sure. But after the first knockdown, I saw you showing something. What did you tell Bogdan after the first knockdown?
I told him because after the first knockdown, I told him the boy he has a very high guard, and I told him go to his body, and now you see what he did. He go to his level, and he went down to his level.
How does it feel for you as a coach that when you give instructions and when your pupil executes these instructions?
For me as a coach, always when it works, we know from the beginning how the style of this boys, and he did everything what I told him. I say he's very flat on on his front leg. Now, yeah, he started with the calf kicks. He did it very well, and we know from the beginning the boy has a Muay Thai style. He don't like pressure, and after that he went to pressure. Now, yeah, he scored the knockdown to his head with a right cross, but we knew that. And I told him, when you hurt him to his head, don't forget the body. And when he went to his body, you see the result. And when it works, and he worked out what we did, and it's always nice because you have also fighters. You tell them what to do, but they don't do what you tell them.
For example, Nabil, when you tell him throw low kicks, he doesn't throw
Oh, he's
them.
not gonna give low. He's gonna give a high kicks.
Yeah. But I have to ask you about what does the future hold for Bogdan? What do you expect from now on?
He have a very bright future, you know, because he is a boy. He always come to fight, and I think of a kickbox organization, you need fighters like this. He is not a point fighter. He come to kill you, or you're gonna kill him. That's the only way what he knows, and they give always they expecting what people expect from him.
A couple of questions about your other boys because you've got a number of great fighters. So Nabil Hasheb, he will be fighting very soon on the 11th of October. He had a very good performance in his last fight. He's now fighting against Laidouni, and when they fought 2.5 years ago, Laidouni was moving a lot, running a lot. Nabil put a lot of pressure, but he lost. At least the judges decided that he lost. What will you change in Nabil and his approach in this fight so that he wins?
He know what he must do in this fight. And at the time when he fight Laiduni, he was 21, you know, and he has his debut against Uku, and the second fight was against Laiduni. Now he's 25, more experience, and he understands the game now more better. I think it's gonna will be a different fight than the first time. And yeah, Laiduni, he also understands the game. He knows when he fight, and he knows also when he move and don't go to the fight. I think it will be a very good fight, but I think it will be not the same fight as the first one.
But Nabil will have to fight 2 times that evening. If he wins against Laidouni, he has to fight twice. How do you prepare him physically for 2 fights in one night?
He have experience because he was also fighting the 8-man tournament. Fought in his first fight against Benny and second against Ricodes. He knows how it is to fight a tournament. The only thing is you must focus on the first fight because without the first fight there is no second fight. If you're gonna fight too comfortable and you lose the first fight because you don't want to have injuries, then you're not gonna fight in the second. For now is the focus on the first fight, and after that fight we see how we came out of that fight, and then how we go to the second fight. And also you don't know who will be in the final of the second fight.
Ilias Ennahachi, he fought last week at one championship. You've been traveling a lot, by the way, but Ilias fought. It was a controversial ending of the fight. Could you tell me what did you think about that fight?
You know, we know from the beginning it will be a very difficult fight because the boy is very tall. Yeah, the only thing is he get an 8 count, what was for 100% no an 8 count. And that turns the fight in a different spot. And then what happened in the third round, 2 minutes before the end, then he get a very hard kick, you know where. And yeah, and it was a no contest. But yeah, what I can say, you know, the fight started not on a good way, but also the opponent, yeah, is very tall and he had a little bit a very difficult style. It's not an easy fight. The only thing yeah, the fight starts with an 8 count, what was not an 8 count, and yeah, you know, when you get an 8 count as a fighter, yeah, how deep you want to go. Sometimes it does something in your mind that you think, yeah, I'm gonna fight to not lose. That's different than someone who go fights to win the fight, you know. And these are two different things. You have fighters who go to win, and fighters who don't want to lose. And I thought that moment, Ilias don't want to lose, and then you're gonna fight very different.
But don't you think that there should be an immediate rematch?
Yeah, the only thing is one championship, they give him a fight against Haggerty for the world title Muay Thai in Japan, I saw in November. Because I think they're going to put priority on that fight, and I think it will be after that fight. Because, I think not they're going to do the rematch before that. I can understand that also, because that fight was also confirmed in Japan. Let me see what he's going to do first in that fight, and after that fight... we're gonna expect to close.
A couple of last questions for you because you are probably the busiest man in the world at the moment. Could you tell me? I have to ask you about WFL or VFL in that.
Yeah.
So I saw that Donegi Abena will be competing on Sunday at WFL, VFL, in kickboxing.
Yeah.
But I remember that Donegi stopped with kickboxing, that he was gonna box. Why WFL?
The reason was very simple. The fight they're gonna give him in boxing will be a little bit later than we expect, but we must keep him active. He don't have a contract with no one, and I think to keep him active and also financially, he needs also money to live. I thought it was a solution to let him fight on that event, and then he have a little bit rhythm. Otherwise, it will be too long that he is out of the game. This was a solution, what I had in mind, and I think also the best solution, because he has also in mind to do maybe MMA, but in MMA, you know, he's not there to have everything to do an MMA fight, and I think the best option for now is to do a kickboxing fight.
But after this kickboxing fight, will he go to boxing?
He go to boxing.
So he's done with kickboxing.
He's done with kickboxing.
So that's his last kickboxing fight.
It will be his last kickboxing fight.
Okay. Yeah. Imad Hadar, I spoke with him in November last year. He told me, "Yes, brother, I'll fight very soon. I'll fight very soon." I never saw him fight. Now he will be fighting also at WFL. Yeah. Why there?
You know what is happening now, and for me as a trainer, it's my job to keep the boys active. And for now, everyone knows now with Glory they choose to do the tournament, and there is no place at the moment for the boys. But it's very important to that the boys still they stay active, and if they don't, they stay active, or they're gonna quit, or they're gonna do something else. I think for us was the best option to let them fight in VFL, and after that let we see what gonna happen after the tournament with Glory and see what the future gonna brings.
But if Imad fights at WFL, can he fight also at Glory after that?
The thing is, we have one fight. We have a one fight deal. We don't have a contract with no one. And the contract of Imad Hadar and Touchassie was both of them was finished. They don't have a contract. But the deal now with VFL is they're gonna have a fight deal, and let we see after that fight what we're gonna do, and also what gonna happen with Glory after they finish the tournament.
Okay. Mohamed Touchassie, last questions for you because also our cameraman is getting tired. So Mohamed Touchassie, one of the biggest talents in the kickboxing world, I saw an Instagram post from him and he seemed to be very frustrated with the situation at Glory. Could you tell me, now he's fighting at WFL, but what is the situation with Touchassie?
The situation now is also for him. We get a fight at VFL. Kijk, the boy is 23 and he must be active and also to build more experience and also to be later on the biggest spots. From now, if we don't keep him active, what the boy is gonna do? Also, he have 2 children and he must feed his family. And also for his future to grow, he needs to fight. And if he don't fight, yeah, the boy gonna quit. Otherwise, what he gonna do? And I think for now this is the best solution because what I told you before for Glory, the focus for them now is on the heavyweight tournament, and there is no place now for these boys. And if there is no place for the boys, we must search for other solutions.
But if I understand you correctly, Mohamed Touchassie and Imad Hadar, they don't have any contract with Glory anymore.
Not anymore.
And they only have for one fight with WFL.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So Touchassie is not gonna come back to Glory.
We never know if Glory have new plans and they have place for them in a good way, and the boys are agree with that. Why not? But the only thing from now is the plans now they have now with the tournament. There are no spots for these boys. But if there is other plans from them and they go to do it on a different way and the tournament is finished, hey, the boys are available to fight.
I want to ask you about your honest opinion because you're the person, many people disagree with you, many people agree with you, but in every case, everybody wants to hear you. They always watch what you say. Tell me, the situation now with Glory, with this tournament this year, what is your honest opinion? Was that a smart decision? Was that not a smart decision?
I told this before, I think this tournament was not a good idea, It cost a lot of money and also it blocks also a lot of young talents in different weight classes. And I told it before because before we had always to deal with Robbie Timmers, and I think he did a very good job at the time when they are with Videoland. What I know now is not Robbie who decides who is fighting, and that's Marshall. And I think Marshall did a very stupid thing with the tournament, and also to let a lot of young talents goes. In my opinion, if you watch the heavyweight division, the other maybe 20-25% of the heavyweights are good fighters, but the other they only are there to fill the tournament. But I can tell you there are a lot of very good boys in the lowest divisions. They deserve more the spots than that boys.
Mm-hmm. Coach, I truly appreciate the time. One last question. Last week, you were at one championship for Ilias. This week you come again back to Thailand for Bogdan. Now you fly back to the Netherlands for Donegi Abena, Touchassie and Imad Hadar. Tell me, how did the last week feel for you?
It was a very hard week, you know. You see, I'm more in the plane than I'm in the country itself. But, you know, I treat all my boys the same. There is no one who I treat different than the other ones. But that's the thing. I must be always honest against myself, but also against the boys. For me, it doesn't matter who, you know, who is who. For me, I must be honest against myself, and I love what I do, and I must take my responsibility for the boys.
Yeah. Coach, thank you very much for the time.
You're
As
welcome.
always, pleasure to speak with you. Also, big thanks
Same.
to the cameraman
Yeah.
and follow Record International. Oes.
Dat is prachtig.
Coach, super bedankt.
Altijd,
Enorm
altijd,
bedankt.
altijd. Echt.